Okay, guys. This is off the cuff. I looked up what that meant. I know what it meant, but really when it came to be, which was I'm looking at my computer in 1936. I guess a time when actors were writing things on their cuffs, which I'm doing this off the cuff, but no, I have no real script. I'm up right now. It is 3:27 a.m. and my dogs had to go out and get something to drink, and something was on my mind, and so I quickly, for the sake of my 3 followers, put this hat on, so you wouldn't see what was going on underneath here, and you could just focus on my words. Yes, there are things going on underneath this hat at 3 o'clock in the morning. Word to the wise: always have a whole bunch of beanies, and you'll always look good. Okay. Anyway, on a serious note, I guess I was affected yesterday by listening to this young lady. I'm gonna call her that because I'm actually old. Talk about how she had been on YouTube for so long, and she felt like at this point there was this kind of expiration date on a lot of people, where they hit their peak and then they just go downhill and never to be seen again. And she seemed, this just popped up on my feed anyway. She seemed to be devastated. It was a mixture of devastation and sadness, and almost like loss. And I understood it, but I didn't understand its depth. And maybe that has to do more with me and actual loss, death in families, and abandonment and things of that nature, where I can't relate to people who feel that, I don't know, level of loss, that degree of loss, when it comes to social media. I think she had almost 250,000 subscribers. And now that she wasn't getting money anymore, or her sponsorship had gone down, things were decreasing, she felt like things were out of her control, that she just didn't want to do it anymore. And I can get that. How that can be fatiguing, and is that a word? And we'll say tiring, and you can feel compelled to go on to whatever you think are greener pastures. However, I guess my advice would be, just as far as life goes, is that we do have control over a couple of things, but that stuff that we have control over is so small. Some people might say it's big, but the longer you stay on the planet and the more aware you become, you unfortunately realize that there are not a whole bunch of things that you can control. Even as you get more money. And I would just say, learn to distinguish what's valuable in your life and what you do have control over. And then you won't feel such a loss. I don't want to say that losing sponsorships and losing counts and feeling like people don't like you anymore is not something that affects the personality and affects how you feel about yourself. But there are so many other things out there that affect you positively, and it's about knowing which ones those are and pursuing them. A lot of times I think that people today feel like the way to go is where they can be seen, all the time. And your life is valuable even if you're not seen all the time. And even if you are seen just by a handful of people. And I think that we really have forgotten that in life. And that's sad. Sorry. It's just sad to me. Sorry. I had to cut because I was getting a little teary-eyed. Am I supposed to be blowing my nose on camera? Yeah, I get a little teary-eyed. I actually had a brother when I was 19 and he was 20. And he passed away. And so I get emotional. Because he was not a person that was seen a lot. Because we grew up in foster care. So anyway, when he passed away, I struggled a lot with the value of life. And it always bothered me that people had breath in them and they didn't recognize that. But anyway, I'm going to try to stop crying because I am one of those people that look ugly when they cry. And that's all I wanted to say.